Have you ever sunk your teeth into a piece of honey-soaked beeswax? Or simply glanced at a beehive and wondered, why can thousands of tiny insects, with no blueprints, no rulers, build such perfectly regular hexagons, fitting together so flawlessly? The truth is, behind that breathtaking beauty lies an incredibly expensive price. To produce just 500 grams of wax, a bee colony must consume as much as 3.6 kilograms of honey. And to get that honey, they must fly a total distance equal to 12 trips around the Earth. They exhaust themselves not for honey, but for wax. For bees, wax is their most expensive survival material. Because it is so costly, they cannot afford to waste even a single millimeter of space. That is the only reason the hexagonal structure exists. Welcome to Everyday Things Explained.
The factory and the dark bees do not gather wax from nature and bring it home. They produce it themselves. To begin this process, young worker bees fill their stomachs with honey. Then, they hook their legs together, suspending themselves in long chains. They begin vibrating their flight muscles continuously to warm themselves, raising the local temperature to between 33 and 35 degrees Celsius. Only at this threshold do the glands beneath a bee's abdomen begin releasing tiny wax scales, fragile as glass. The bees scrape off this wax with their legs, bring it to their mouths, and chew it thoroughly with saliva to soften the building material. Everything happens in absolute darkness. No blueprints, no rulers. So how can thousands of individuals working independently connect wax walls into a network of perfectly regular hexagons, with every wall just 0.07 millimeters thick? The law of soap bubbles. In 2013, extreme close-up lenses revealed this secret. A bee's body is cylindrical. The easiest way to create a space that fits its body is to build a round wax tube around itself. In its earliest form, a honeycomb is really just a messy stack of round tubes piled on top of one another. The real miracle appears because of heat. When thousands of bees pack together and work intensely, their body heat drives the construction site up to 45 degrees Celsius. The wax begins to soften and flow, and at that moment, the laws of physics take over. Through surface tension, the force that shapes soap bubbles, the soft wax tubes automatically press into one another, sliding toward their lowest energy equilibrium. The gaps are filled, the curves pull tight by themselves, and flatten into angles of 120 degrees. In the blink of an eye, crude cylinders transform themselves into a perfect hexagonal grid. Even more incredible, this material that simply finds its own shape is also an eternal fortress. Because it is mixed with natural antibacterial enzymes from the bees' mouths, the wax layer creates an absolutely sterile environment, completely immune to the destruction of time, and with no expiry date. Master operators. Bees do not understand geometry. They solve the problem of expensive material by handing the hardest part over to nature. Instead of trying to bend and control every tiny angle, a bee colony does just two things: provide enough material and set the environmental temperature. When conditions are perfect enough, everything will arrange itself into its proper place. This temperature-formed hexagonal structure is so efficient that humans use it to support the cores inside aircraft wings and hide it inside the inner core of the cardboard delivery boxes at your front door. We spend billions of dollars and countless supercomputers searching for materials that are stronger and lighter, while bees solved it millions of years ago simply by huddling together for warmth in the dark. Thank you for watching. See you again in the next Systems of Everyday Things Explained.